What's up guys, Remog here, and welcome back. So previously I made a video called the easiest ways to kill a player Purlovia / Basilisk. That was kind of a video showing you guys how to find them and get them out of the ground pretty much. And in that video a lot of people left comments saying other ways that they thought you could do it. So I figured I'd touch up on a few of those methods that people mentioned. So one of the first ones, which was made a comment by Rune of Flame, saying that I was supposed to use the right click ability of the tech sword. Now I did test this in single player before making that video, but full disclaimer, before making that video I tested everything on the Purlovia, because everything that worked on the Purlovia seemed to work on the Basilisk just the exact same. I didn't think about testing it purely on the Basilisk. So this does actually work on the Basilisk. There is a Basilisk next to each one of these Purlovia mounds, but as you see it does not work on the Purlovia. So full props to Rune of Flame. I did say in the comment, I replied to him saying that pretty much I tested it, it does not work. So I do apologize. I'll make sure to leave a comment back to him after this video saying that he was right. Full disclaimer, I obviously do not know everything about Arc. I don't know all the mechanics behind it. I haven't looked through their code, so I can't physically know everything that works. So feel free to mention whenever I do something wrong in a video, and I'll try to correct it the best I can in an update video of some type. Alright, so the next comment that was pointed out, also by Rune of Flame, was that a normal sword that is super crafted is way better than a max tech sword. So I just want to point out the fact that no matter what damage the sword is, or melee damage, it does not affect whether or not the Purlovia will come out of the ground. It does no damage at all to the Purlovia or Basilisk when it's actually in the ground. Let me come over here and actually hit a Basilisk as well. So right here is a Basilisk. It doesn't matter because it does no damage at all to them. I can go ahead and force tame this guy over here and just show you that, or give to me, sorry. So yeah, as you can see, it has done no damage at all, and this sword has 686% damage. So just a little disclaimer, it does not matter what melee weapon you use, it will not work in order to get them out of the ground as long as they are player tame. Alright, so the next comment was made over on Discord in Hillbilly Willie's Discord channel. I'll leave a link to his Twitch channel down in the description below. Dave said that the Diplodocus works to get them out of the ground. So I'm going to be quickly showing you guys whether or not this works. I have tested this method, and by the looks of it, it does not work. So just a quick heads up, if you guys are looking to do this, I don't believe any type of pushing mounts actually does work on this. However, they do work on the Reaper King. I'll put that video in the card on the top right for when I do make that video, but it does not look like the Diplodocus works at all. There is a Basilisk right next to this Purlovia. Also, just because you guys can see the mounds, it does not mean anything. It is the exact same effect as if you could not see them. I just did it and stayed in the game so you could see where they are. Alright, so here's another comment, actually in the same comment made by Dave. He said the Yuties also work for this. I believe he was mentioning the fear buff, and that does actually work. I'm going to try to make it where not all of them come out at once, but this does work on both Basilisks and Purlovias, I believe. Actually, no, it does not look like it works on the Basilisk. You can see where it is, but it doesn't appear like it's coming out of the ground right away. Let me try doing it again, see if it affects it. So yeah, it doesn't look like it affects the Basilisk at all, but it does work on the Purlovia. So just a quick heads up, thank you very much Dave for that comment. They work amazingly. Alright, so another thing I just want to point out that I missed in my last video was that Wyverns actually do not work despite the fact that they have fire. As you guys remember, there is a Basilisk right there, but it does not come out of the ground, and I'll just do this over here as well. It does not affect either Purlovias or Basilisk, which is kind of sad because any other type of fire seems to work, but none of the Wyvern attacks work. Also, here's the Wyvern pushing ability. It does nothing to either of them. So that is kind of disappointing, just the fact that you can't push it out of the ground and you can't use fire on it, but it does make sense, as if people could just run around with a Wyvern just spinning fire everywhere and getting Purlovias out, it would be pretty overpowered. Alright, so for this one I had to pull out the Peripherals because I want to make sure you guys can actually not see them for this. Don't mind that one, that's actually mine. So this comment is, what about owls, made by Joe Z on the last video? So I'm not entirely sure what he meant by this comment, like if he meant predator vision or what, but there's all the markers up there, And as you can see, if I enter Predator Vision, you cannot see either the Basilisk or the Purlovias, which is kind of disappointing because Predator Vision, to my knowledge, is pretty much worthless. As you can see, I don't see any heat vision off of the Bronto way in the distance, so even at a distance, it doesn't really seem to affect anything. I can barely make out that guy over there. So it's kind of disappointing that this does not work. And if Josie, you meant if freezing would work on these guys, then sadly they do not. I have tested this a couple times, and it doesn't seem to affect them at all. It just stays exactly the same. You're just freezing yourself and healing yourself pretty much. So it is kind of unfortunate that this does not work, but what can we really do? I do think they should make a buff to the owl in a way to where Predator Vision can see a Purlovia, just because even if you're flying by, I doubt you would even notice. So let me know down in the comments below if you agree with me on this, that owls should be able to see a Purlovia, because the only current things that can are the Parasaur and the Direwolf that I know of. Now for the very last thing in this, everyone kept insisting that the tech gauntlets did work to get them out of the ground. Now if you guys watched the last video all the way through, then you would have seen that I did test this. Yes, they do work. As you can see, the Purlovia came out of the ground. I think you have to be pretty right on though. So as you can see, they work. Yes, they do. I showed this in the last video, so I hope everybody's happy that I am now showing it again. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content like this. If you think I missed anything else, feel free to let me know down in the comments below, and I'll try to make a part 3 to this, and I'll make sure to link you guys below, and I'll make sure to put you in the next video. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.